Hello there. I just want to quickly give my thoughts on yet another Delta trailer that dropped at Xbox's Tokyo Game Show livestream. I'm currently working on 2 other videos, but whenever I see anything new from Metal Gear, I get possessed. I must talk about it. Before I talk about the trailer, I just want to briefly run down my thoughts on the snippets of gameplay we've been given, as well as new information brought on by IGN's hands-on preview. It's no surprise that I am ecstatic. A lot of my concerns from my previous videos have been addressed. The camos can now be changed on the fly without going into a long laggy menu the second you move from one area to another. Anything that decreases the amount of gameplay interruptions is a gigantic win. Unfortunately, they're keeping the fade to black transitions between areas, but if the wait time is not too long, I won't find it tedious. I see from this other official screenshot that you can access a quick codec, but I haven't found any other information on that. I have no idea how that's going to work, because the original codec process is maintained too, so we'll have to wait and see, I guess. I noticed some folks who are concerned about Snake's walking animation. They say it's more like he's gliding. I get where they're coming from, but I need to feel it with a controller or keyboard, and then judge. I prefer a decent amount of weight to the character I'm controlling. For example, when Helldivers 2 released that reveal trailer, I thought the movement looked floaty and bland. Then when I played the game, it quickly became my favorite third-person movement system so far, even surpassing Phantom Pain for me. I only compare them because they're extremely similar, even down to the first person aiming down your sights. The game isn't reinventing the wheel here, it's completely one-to-one, with a few additions like secrets and little gameplay conveniences, at least according to the hands-on preview. But that's perfectly fine for me, it's all I wanted for this game. If you change too much with a highly regarded game like this, you hurt the legacy of the original, because in decades time, new people would know this version more than the original game. You want to retain as much as the original as possible, and keep it alive. In hindsight, calling it Delta was a great decision. It doesn't seek to replace Snake Eater by lazily stealing its name. It completely separates itself while paying tribute. I don't think there's anything left to talk about in the gameplay side of things, so let me go over the new trailer. This trailer made me very happy. You're not going to get a unique or nuanced take this time. I'm very satisfied. The game can still suck ass, but these trailers speak to the childlike side of me. So much so, I stopped everything I was doing just to type this script. MGS just has that power over me like no other. My biggest concern for the cutscenes were the character models. I'm absolutely sold now. I know there are other characters we haven't seen yet, who they could easily screw up. But the most important characters have been revealed, and they look brilliant. Lots of people were worried about how Eva would look, and here I was dreading what they'd do with Ocelot. Ocelot looks great, and he resembles his older self from the other games a lot more now, just younger. Volgin actually looks intimidating and scary. This might be a hot take, but I always thought he looked goofy in the original. Imagine what he'll look like in the torture scene in this version. I'm very curious how these cutscenes will look through the legacy filter they're adding. How much will it resemble the original lens? Before I finish, I want to reiterate a point I made in the last video. The lip syncing. Am I going insane? Or is it actually tweaked to the English voices now?
Are you one of Volgin's men?
No. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain. And Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
If so, this is going to make the cutscenes so much more immersive. Speaking of voices, again, I'm forever grateful that the original recordings are retained. It works perfectly with this new coat of paint, because the recordings were already cinematic and ahead of the curve, all the way back in 2004. Re-recording would make this game a pale imitation. They still haven't given the release date. Annoying as that is for a lot of people, for me it's great because it means that they're being careful. They're not trying to push a deadline. And that gives me hope, because in today's landscape, game development is very intense, let's say. Just gives me hope that they're taking their time, they're making it as best as they can, they really want to try this time. So I'm not worried, and if we have to wait till next year, so be it. I think that's all I got to say on the matter. Thanks for watching.